The electronic music world has lost one of its most vibrant architects with the sudden passing of Matt Tolfrey at the tender age of 44. A DJ, producer, and label head whose infectious energy and boundary-pushing sounds defined underground scenes for over 2 decades, Tolfrey's departure leaves a void that's as palpable in dimly lit club corners as it is across social media feeds overflowing with tributes. Announced via heartfelt posts from collaborators and friends, his death over the weekend has sparked an outpouring of grief, celebrating a man who didn't just make music. He built communities, mentored talents, and lived with a cheeky grin that could light up the darkest dance floor. Tolfrey's journey into the heart of house and techno began in the gritty clubs of Nottingham, England, where he cut his teeth as a resident at the legendary Stealth venue. It was there, in the early 2000s, that he crossed paths with Damien Lazarus, the visionary behind the influential Crosstown Rebels imprint. What started as a chance booking blossomed into a nearly 20-year partnership that would shape Tolfrey's career and the broader electronic landscape. Lazarus, in a poignant Instagram eulogy, recalled their first meeting. "We went on to work and play together for the best part of 20 years. He produced key singles and remixes for us and in recent years was responsible for helping us work with artists that he represented. This collaboration wasn't merely professional, it was a brotherhood forged in late-night sets and studio marathons, where Tolfrey's flair for deep, groovy basslines met Lazarus's experimental edge. At the core of Tolfrey's legacy is Left Room Records, the label he founded in 2008 as a haven for left-of-center house music. Far from the glossy mainstream, Left Room championed artists pushing the genre's fringes. Think swirling synths over off-kilter rhythms that evoke foggy warehouse raves rather than Ibiza sunsets. Releases from talents like Audiofly, Hot Natured, and Jamie Jones became anthems in underground circuits, with Tolfrey's own productions such as the seminal Our Time EP, blending soulful vocals with propulsive beats that still pack dance floors today. Like us, Matt believed in community and bringing people together on and off the dance floor, Lazarus wrote, capturing Tolfrey's ethos. He wasn't content with solitary success. He curated events, hosted radio shows on Rinse FM, and managed a roster of acts through his agency ties with Rebel Agency, later NG, nurturing careers with the same generosity he brought to his mixes. Friends and fans alike remember Tolfrey not for his discography alone, but for his irrepressible spirit. His cheeky smile and humor will be sorely missed, Lazarus noted, evoking the man who could defuse a tense backstage moment with a wry joke or rally a faltering crowd with an impromptu freestyle. In an industry often plagued by egos and burnout, Tolfrey stood out as a connector, organizing label showcases in Berlin's Berghain or London's Fabric that felt like family reunions rather than gigs. His sets were masterclasses in flow, starting with subtle grooves that build tension, cresting into euphoric peaks, then easing into reflective cool-downs that left listeners buzzing long after last call. Matt was a brilliant DJ, Lazarus affirmed, represented by myself and Will in the very early days. Tolfrey's influence extended beyond the booth. As a mentor, he championed emerging producers, offering studio time and label deals to those with raw potential. Artists like Maya Jane Coles and Bicep have cited his encouragement as pivotal, crediting Left Room's open-door policy for honing their craft. His own evolution mirrored the scenes, from the minimal tech house of his youth to the warmer, more eclectic sounds of later years, incorporating jazz samples and live percussion that added organic warmth to electronic precision. Tracks like Waking Hour showcase this maturity, layering hazy atmospherics over driving four-on-the-floor beats that feel both timeless and urgent. Offstage, Tolfrey was a devoted father to daughters Arla and Beau, often sharing glimpses of park outings or bedtime stories amid his tour schedule. "My heart goes out to everyone that knew and loved Matt, but especially to his beautiful daughters," Lazarus expressed, underscoring the personal tragedy amid the professional loss. Tolfrey balanced fatherhood with his nomadic life, instilling in his girls a love for music through impromptu living room raves and vinyl hunts at record fairs. Friends recall him as the dad who'd DJ a school fundraiser with subtle bass drops, turning mundane events into memorable parties. The news of his passing broke like a skipped record, abrupt and disorienting. While details remain private, speculation points to a quiet weekend at home, far from the strobe lights he adored. Social media erupted immediately, with Boiler Room archiving a classic set, RA Resident Advisor, penning a retrospective, and peers like Carl Cox posting black and white photos from shared residencies. "You left the room too early, RIP Matt," Lazarus concluded, a sentiment echoed in hashtags like #LeftRoomForever and #MattTolfrey Tribute. In the days since, the community has mobilized in his honor. A virtual listening party streamed Left Room classics, while Berlin's Tresor Club announced a memorial night featuring his protégés. Fans worldwide shared stories, the time Tolfrey comped drinks for a group of wide-eyed newcomers at DC-10, or how his remix of Music Sounds Better With You became a wedding staple. These anecdotes paint a portrait of a man whose impact rippled far beyond releases. He was the glue holding disparate scenes together. As electronic music hurtles forward, AI tools remixing tracks, festivals going hybrid, Tolfrey's passing is a stark reminder of the human pulse driving it all. His belief in bringing like-minded music makers together feels more vital now, a call to arms against isolation in a digital age. Left Room Records vows to continue, with unreleased material slated for a tribute compilation that could raise funds for his daughter's future. Matt Tolfrey wasn't just a DJ, he was a vibe curator, a laughter-infused force who made nights unforgettable and careers possible. In clubs from Tokyo to Toronto, his tracks will spin on, a sonic memorial to a life cut short but fully lived. As Lazarus put it, he played a major role in our music scene and will be very sorely missed. Indeed, the dance floor feels a little emptier, but the grooves he left behind? They'll keep us moving, cheeky smile in mind for years to come.